This is the second lecture on error. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the absolute error and relative error. In this lecture, we are going to find out error bound. Error bound means what? The maximum number by which absolute error and relative error is bounded. So suppose x is any real number we want to represent in a computer. Let plotting of x with a representation of x in computer, then what is the largest possible value of the upper bound, or the what is the largest possible value of the absolute error and relative error. Let's start to do the proof. So what we have to do, we have to find out that maximum value of the absolute error and relative error. Let us represent it by the number n. So what we have to do, we have to compute the value of n. Let x be any real number, x be any real number. So how we can represent a real number in computer? So floating point representation of the real number is what? 0.a1, a2, an and so on into 10 raised to power e. We can write it, this number, as a1 upon 10 plus a2 upon 10 square, a3 upon 10 cube and so on, plus an upon 10 raised to power n and so on into 10 raised to power e. So how we can write it? Let us take an example. Suppose there is some number y equal to 0.2356. Okay, how we can write this number? We can write it 0.2 plus 0.03 plus 0.005 plus 0.0006. 0.2 can be written as 2 upon 10. 0.03 can be written as 3 upon 10 square. Similarly, we can write it 5 upon 10 cube, 10 plus 6 upon 10 raised to power 4. So this is the way how we can express this number y in this form. Okay, so this x is what? This is the same procedure, like x we are writing as a1 upon 10, a2 upon 10 square and so on. Okay, so this is only the example how we can express the number in terms of 10 raised to power e form. Okay, so we can write it x is equal to a1 upon 10 plus a2 upon 10 square, a3 upon 10 cube and so on. Similarly, we can write it x as summation I equal to 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I into 10 raised to power e. Okay, with the condition a1 is not equal to 0. When a1 is not equal to 0, that means x is in normal form. Normal form. Okay, so now we can write x is what? X is summation of ai upon 10 raised to power I into 10 raised to power e, I equal to 1 to n. Then floating of x will be what? We are finding the floating of x, that means the approximate value of x. Floating of x, that means approximation to x. Approximation to x. Okay, let us suppose we are taking n digit in approximation of x. So we can write floating of x as summation, sorry, there is one mistake, this is up to infinite. It is up to infinite. So floating of x we are writing as summation I equal to 1 to n. I equal to 1 to n ai upon 10 raised to power I. Let us suppose we are using chopping. What to do in chopping? Let us recall it. In chopping, we are truncating the series after n digits. Suppose we want to do chopping, so what we do, we'll take up to the n digits in floating of x and we'll leave other terms as it is. So floating of x will be what? It will be from a1 upon 10 to an upon 10 raised to power n. So floating of x is what? I equal to 1 to n ai upon 10 raised to power I. What we have to compute? We have to compute absolute error. So absolute error is what? Mod of x minus floating of x. X is what? That is summation ai upon 10 raised to power I equal to 1 to infinity minus I equal to 1 to n ai upon 10 raised to power I. So after subtracting floating of x from x, what you are getting? Just because n terms in x are same as the floating of x. So those first n terms get cancelled. So what you will get here? You will get I equal to n plus 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I. Okay, just keep in mind, this is 10 raised to power e, it is continuing. So I should write 10 raised to power e. Okay, so this is what? This is your absolute error. We can represent it by e of a. Okay, so this is your absolute error. I is varying from n plus 1 to infinity. Okay, now since this ai is what? That is the number from n plus 1 to infinity. So just recall, in normal form, if we are writing a number, suppose if there is some number a1, 0.a1, a2, an plus 1 up to infinite. So in normal form it is given that a1 is not equal to 0 and ai, there is a condition for ai is lying between 9 to 0, and for a1 there is a condition, it is lying from 9 to 1. a1 cannot be 0. So here it is given ai and I is what here? I is from 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. Okay, so just keep in mind, in this absolute error, ai is what? ai means a n plus 1, a n plus 2, a n plus 3. Okay, what we want? We want to compute. Here we are interested in computing the maximum value of absolute error. We are interested in computing the maximum absolute error. Okay, so what we need to do? So we'll take, so let ai, so we'll take the maximum value of ai. So take maximum of ai, where I is n plus 1, n plus 2 and so on. And fine. So what is the maximum value of ai? Maximum of ai is what? From here. You can say something. So ai is bounded, but ai is lying between 0 to 9 and maximum value of ai is what? That is 9. So we can replace all value in absolute error an plus 1, an plus 2, an plus 3 and up to infinite by the maximum upper one. So we can replace here an plus 1 ai upon 10 raised to power I is lying n plus 1 to infinite into 10 raised to power e by the maximum value of ai. So what we can get? We can get that this whole thing we are taking in mod. This A is less than equal to summation I equal to n plus 1 to infinity 9 upon 10 raised to power I. Okay, and all values are positive. So 9 upon 10 raised to power I, a n plus 1, a n plus 2, all are replaced by 9. So what we get? We get here 9 we can take outside. Okay, we are getting 1 upon 10 raised to power I into 10 raised to power e, I equal to n plus 1 to infinity. So this is what? This is a GP series. Okay, what you are getting here? You are getting summation of 1 upon 10 raised to power I equal to n plus 1 to infinity. This is equivalent to 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 2 and so on. Okay, so the first element of this GP is what? 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1, and common ratio is what? 1 upon 10. Then find the sum of this GP. What is the formula for finding the sum of the GP? S infinity A upon 1 minus R. Let's apply this formula to compute the sum of this GP. So E of A, that means absolute error, is less than equal to 9 sum of GP. So first element is what? That is 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1. Common ratio is 1 minus 1 upon 10 into 10 raised to power e. Okay, so absolute error, it is less than equal to 9 into 10 minus 1, that is 9, 10 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 into 9 into 10 raised to power e. 1 10 is cancelled, 9 is cancelled by this. So what you are getting, E of A is less than equal to 10 raised to power e upon 10 raised to power n, or this is equal to 10 raised to power e minus n. Okay, what does it imply? It implies that absolute error is bounded by the number 10 raised to power e minus n. So this is the maximum error bound of the absolute error. So we can say here x minus floating of x, it is bounded by 10 raised to power e minus n. Okay, just keeping fine. So 10 raised to power e minus 1. So this is the error bound for the absolute error. Now we'll find out relative error. Relative error, I should write here absolute error. Okay, now relative error. When we are using chopping, relative error. Okay, so relative error we are denoting by E of R. What is the formula? X minus floating of x upon mod of x. Okay, we have already computed the value of x minus floating of x from here. So we can use that. Next, what else we have to compute? We have to compute the value of mod of x. Okay, so already we obtained the value of maximum value of x minus floating of x. So as you are all aware, what is the value of x? X is 0.a1, a2, an plus 1 up to infinite into 10 raised to power e. Okay, what is the value of a1 is not equal to 0, and a1 is lying between 9 to 1, and that we have in normal form. Okay, what we want? We want to maximize this whole thing. We are interested to maximize this whole thing. So we already obtained x minus floating of x is less than equal to 10 raised to power e minus n. Now we are interested to compute the minimum value of 1 upon mod of x. Now we are interested to compute the minimum value of mod of x so that this whole thing will become larger. Okay, so compute minimum value of mod of x. Why mod of x? Why? Why? Because it is in the denominator, and in denominator we are interested to compute the maximum value of this whole thing. Find maximum value of this whole expression. So in order to maximize it, we have to compute the maximum value of x minus floating of x, because it is the numerator, and we want to compute minimum value of mod of x, so that because it is in the denominator, so that we can maximize the whole thing. So compute minimum value of mod of x. So x will be what? Mod of x, when it would be minimum, whenever we are taking a1 as 1 on all value of a2, a3, an are 0. Okay. If we'll take, what is a1? a1 should lie from 1 to 9. So minimum value of a1, minimum value of a1 is what? That is 1. And minimum value of ai is what? 0. Where I equal to 2, 3 up to infinite. Okay. So that's why we are taking minimum value of a1, a2, a3, an. So what you are getting when we are taking this minimum value of this, that means x is greater than this value, because x could take any other value also, no? So we are taking minimum value of x, so mod of x is greater than equal to 0.1000. Okay, so 1 upon mod of x will be less than equal to 1 upon 0.1. Okay, from here. So relative error is equivalent to or less than equal to 10 raised to power e minus n, that we have computed already. Okay, one mistake, it is 10 raised to power e also here. So that's why we are taking here into 10 raised to power e. Okay, because already x is contained this 10 raised to power e. I am always leaving this, so just keep in mind. Okay, so the value of 1 upon mod of x, that is what? 0.1 into 10 raised to power e. What you are getting here? You are getting 10 raised to power minus n upon 0.1, that is equivalent to 10 raised to power 1 minus n. So relative error is bounded by 10 raised to power 1 minus n when we are using chopping. Okay. Next, we'll find out maximum error bound whenever we are using rounding. Next is, now find out maximum error bound when we are using rounding. So we'll take the case of rounding. Okay, the same x we are using, x equal to 0.a1, a2, an, n plus 1, infinite, into 10 raised to power e, and floating of x. When we are using rounding, then it can be written as 0.a1, a2, an into 10 raised to power e whenever an plus 1 is lying between less than 5 or greater than equal to 0. Okay, so rounding we are using, then just keep in mind whether the next term we want to take n terms. So we have to check what is the next term. If next term is less than 5, then floating of x will be what? It will be equivalent to the chopping. Okay, whenever an plus 1 is greater than equal to 5, in that case we are getting floating of x as 0.a1, a2, an plus 1. We are adding one term to an whenever an plus 1 is greater than equal to 5 or less than 10. So this is the definition of rounding. We can write this term as 0.a1, a2, an plus 0.000 because we are adding 1 to an only. It is at the nth position into 10 raised to power e. We are writing this like that. Okay. So here we are having two cases whenever an plus 1 is less than 5 or when an plus 1 is greater than 5. So we'll take case 1 first. Case 1. What we have to compute? You have to compute absolute error whenever we are using rounding, that is x minus floating of x. Okay, this is equivalent to x is what? This number. Floating of x is this number. When we'll subtract floating of x from x, what we are getting? We are getting 0.000 an plus 1, or just recall the previous thing. Okay, before that just keep in mind what is x? X means I equal to 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I, as we have taken this number, summation ai upon 10 raised to power I into 10 raised to power e, I equal to 1 to infinite. Okay, so minus, what is this number? This number can be written as summation ai upon 10 raised to power I equal to 1 to n. So summation I equal to 1 to n ai upon 10 raised to power I is less than 10 raised to power e. Okay, so these first n terms are similar to the first n term of x. So floating of x n terms are equivalent to the first n term of x. So what you are getting here? You are getting here summation I equal to n plus 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I into 10 raised to power e, absolute error. Okay, so we are getting this extension for the absolute error. Now just recall the chopping proof. In chopping proof, what we did, we have taken ai, we have replaced ai by 9, but here we are having restriction for an plus 1. If an plus 1 is less than 5, then we are having this condition. So just keep in mind what is the maximum value of an plus 1, because this is what this series is: an plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 plus an plus 2 upon 10 raised to power n plus 2 and so on into 10 raised to power e. So there is a restriction for an plus 2, that an plus 2 is less than 5. So find out maximum of an plus 1. It is what? That is 4. And maximum of an plus 2, an plus 3 and so on. This is what? Maximum of ai whenever I is lying n plus 2, n plus 3 up to infinite. This is 9. Why? It should be clear, because in normal form all ai except a1 lying between 0 to 9, but we are using rounding, then an plus 1 should be less than 5, then we are getting this condition. Okay, so we'll replace an plus 1 by maximum value and an plus 2, n plus 3 by its maximum value. So what we are getting here? We are getting here mod of x minus floating of x equivalent to an plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 plus an plus 2 10 raised to power n plus 2 n plus 3 upon 10 raised to power n plus 3 and so on, going up to infinite into 10 raised to power e. So the maximum value of an plus 1 is what? That is 4, because an plus 1 is less than 5. Okay, and an plus 1 is what? That is an integer, that's why the maximum value will be 4. So 10 raised to n plus 1, an plus 2, it is 9 because we are replacing in maximum, so we are getting this greater than equal to sign. Tan n plus 2, 9 upon 10 raised to power n plus 3, and so on up to infinite, 10 raised to power a. Okay, this is 4 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 plus 9 upon 10 raised to power n plus 2. We can take outside. So what we are getting here? We are getting 1 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 10 square, and so on up to infinite into 10 raised to power a. This is your GP. This is an GP series. This is a GP series. So what you are getting? 4 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 plus 9 upon 10 raised to power n plus 2. It is the first element is 1. Common ratio is 1 by 10. The sum of the GP we are getting is, so we are getting this term as it is, plus 9 upon 10 raised to power n plus 2 into 10 upon 9. 9 is getting cancelled. Okay, this 110 is equivalent to 1. So what you are getting? You are getting 4 upon 10 raised to n plus 1 plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 into 10 raised to power e. This is coming out to be 5 upon 10 into 10 raised to power n. We can write it like that, 10 raised to n plus 1 as 10 into 10 raised to power n into 10 raised to power e. 5 is cancelled as 2. That is coming out to be 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power e minus n. So this is what? This is your absolute error. So we are getting here absolute error. E of a is less than equal to 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power e minus n. Whenever a n plus 1 is less than 5, it is equal to 0. Okay. Next we are taking the case 2. Okay, one more thing. After getting this absolute error, find out relative error. Relative error is what? E of a upon mod of x, and we already explained what the value of max mod of x we can take. We want to minimize mod of x, so we can write it here 1 by 2 maximum value of absolute error, that is 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power e minus n upon 0.1 into 10 raised to power e. So we are getting here 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power 1 minus n. This is the relative error whenever we are having this is the relative error. Relative error. Now we'll discuss next case, case 2. Case 2. When a n plus 1 is greater than equal to 5, less than 10. Okay, so there is a small change in the proof. So just find out x minus floating of x. You already know what is the value of x minus, that is what? Let's go to the definition. Whenever we are having a n plus 1 is lying between 5 to 10, a n plus 1 is greater than equal to 5 but less than 10, in that case floating of x is what? This is the value. Okay, so we can express this as summation of ai upon 10 raised to power I equal to 1 to n plus, we can write it like that, 1 upon 10 raised to power we can write this term as 1 upon 10 raised to power n. into 10 raised to power e. Okay, because this value is what? 0.0001, so this could be equivalent to 10 raised to power minus n, the value. Okay, so I equal to 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I minus, what is the value of floating of x? I equal to 1 to n ai upon 10 raised to power I plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n. Okay, so first n terms are equivalent to the first n term in x are equivalent to the n term in floating of x. So what we are getting, so n terms get cancelled with the first n term of x, so we are getting here summation I equal to n plus 1 to infinity ai upon 10 raised to power I minus 1 upon 10 raised to power n. Okay, now we can write it like that. We can write this term first and then this is later on y, as you can write a minus b mod is equivalent to mod of b minus a. Okay, so I am writing here 1 upon 10 raised to power n first, and then I equal to n plus 1 to infinity ai upon, this is absolute error. Okay, so we can write it here 1 upon 10 raised to power n minus, so there is a condition for a n plus 1. What condition is given to you for a n plus 1? A n plus 1 is greater than equal to 5, less than 10. So all other terms, that could be anything, so just keep in mind e of a can be written as we can write it absolute error as 1 upon 10 raised to power n minus a n plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 minus, we can write it like that, I equal to n plus 2 to infinite. Okay, 10 raised to power e. If we ignore all these terms are positive, ai all like you are having here 1 upon 10 raised to power minus n, 1 upon 10 raised to power n minus a n plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 minus, if we ignore all these terms, so what we are getting e of a is less than equal to 1 upon 10 raised to power n minus a n plus 1 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1, because we are interested in the upper bound of the error bound. So if we ignore these terms, so we will get this condition. Okay, so absolute error is less than equal to this number. Okay, and it is given to you a n plus 1 is greater than equal to 5, and a n, if we are taking minus a n plus 1, it will be what? It will be less than equal to minus 5. It is given because we are taking the case whenever a n plus 1 is greater than 5. So that's why minus a n plus 1 is less than equal to minus 5. So absolute error e of a is less than equal to 1 upon 10 raised to power n minus 5 upon 10 raised to power n plus 1 into 10 raised to power a. Okay. So what we are getting here in the bracketed term will be what? 1 upon 10 raised to power n, it is 10 raised to power n plus 1. So 5 upon 10, 1 by 2, it is coming out to be 1 upon 2 into 10 raised to power minus n into 10 raised to power a. So it is coming out to be 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power E minus N, absolute error. Okay, this is absolute error. Now we'll find out relative error. In this case, we are getting E of R equal to E of A upon mod of X. The mod of X value we have already computed, so that the relative error will be, so that we can maximize this value. It is coming, so just put the value of absolute error, and this by E minus N, and mod of X is what? 0.1 into 10 raised to power E. It is coming out to be, since we are taking maximum value. So relative error is less than equal to 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power 1 minus N. So this is the relative error. So if you compare, whenever n plus 1 is less than 5 or greater than 5, in both the cases we are having absolute error 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power E minus N, relative error 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power 1 minus N. So whenever we are using chopping, then absolute error is what? Less than equal to 10 raised to power E minus N. And relative error is less than equal to 10 raised to power 1 minus N. In rounding, absolute error is less than equal to 1 by 2 into 10 raised to power E minus N, and relative error E of R is less than equal to 2 into 10 raised to power 1 minus N. So what we can say, we can conclude from here that the rounding is equivalent to half of chopping. So error due to rounding is half of the error due to chopping. Okay, so that's it. The theorem, or we can say the error bound due to chopping and rounding we have discussed, and the proof is over. Thank you.